Good day of the week, listeners. It's ya boy Crispy, and you are tuned in to Final Thoughts Media Podcast Edition. So open your ears and have a great day on purpose.
Yo, shot to the heart and you're too late, baby. You give love a bad name. Let's see. Welcome in, y'all. Now, before we get started, I want to give y'all a preview of my friend Leo's new album. He is a lot better singer than I am, so let's give him a look.
Switching sides, no more cutting strings.
Hey, what's up? It's Leo. I just dropped a new song. Catch me on SoundCloud /Leonardo. Thank you for your support.
No matter where I go, I got you, baby. No matter what you do, you know that I got you, baby. No matter where we go.
Oh, this has been one thing of a week. Man, what happened this week? Well, for all of you who follow, I still have the cat. Unfortunately, I cannot give up the cat without an appointment. Thank you, COVID and Delta. Either way. So, today we are looking at Helluva Boss, episode 3, entitled Spring Broken. It is a 2020 production by VisiPop. It is 17 minutes long and 26 seconds. It is produced by VisiPop. The cast is Brandon Rogers as Blitz, Richard Stephen Horvitz as Moxxie, Vivian Nixon as Millie, Erica Linebeck as Loona, Christina V. Valenzuela as Verosica, and James Monroe Eagleheart as Vortex. It is described as the same as before. Follow Blitz as he attempts to run a startup killing company in a very competitive market, along with his weapons specialist Moxxie, his powerhouse Millie, and his receptionist hell-hound Loona. With the help of an ancient book obtained by one of the princes of hell, they manage to make their work possible, and together they attempt to survive each other while trying to keep their business afloat. Man, I really do love this series. I truly, truly love this series. All right, so we start the episode out with Blitz and gang driving down the street to go to work. And, Blitz is singing and everyone's just like, oh, why? And they get into a parking space and somebody takes it. Lo and behold, it's someone Blitz knows, and her name is Verosica. They go through this whole insult throwing contest between each other, and, as usual, it's just crude and awful and hilarious. Ending in something Blitz has done to her and telling us why she's so vexing, because apparently they had dated, and with them dating, he maxed out her credit card, left her in the hotel to pay for the bill, and then used said money that he maxed out on her credit card to get crappy horse lessons. I don't know how, but this was the reaction of everybody else.
Okay, why are you all acting like that's such a shock?
Hello, it's Verosica Mayday.
It's you? Is she blind? Suffering some form of brain damage.
Millie then asks what was sex like with her, and Moxxie is about to have a conniption like, Millie! Until she points out, like, what? You would want to know how sex with, what's his name? Conway. Somebody Conway, I can't remember. How his his celeb crush would be. And he's like, touche. So for just a second, I want to talk about that. Honestly, what do you guys think? Is it wrong to have a celebrity crush that you would just do unspeakable things to, or is it normal? Obviously, I would say probably not normal, seeing as they are human beings and you shouldn't sexualize them like that. But I guess the question is it okay, even if you're in a relationship, to have, a celeb crush? Somebody that you're like, man, if I met them, I would just, as my friend would say, I just want to kiss them. That's all I want to do. I just want to kiss them. I don't know why, but this is what she says, and it's always funny to me. Would you guys like to know mine? Too bad! We then go inside the building where Verosika has now taken an office by our imp team. And during a discussion with Blitz and Moxxie, Blitz gets so mad that the whole world turns into a single dial tone. Have you ever, gotten to that? Have you heard the beep? Not like the dead beep, but more like this, the... Yeah, that thing. Just your mind is just gone. You can't hear anything. You're just so angry. I've gotten there before. It is not pleasant. We then learn that Verosika and her crew are succubi. And succubi apparently do exist in this universe, which makes Blitz's challenge of them killing more than these succubi can have sex with kind of ridiculous. Succubus is defined as a female demon supposed to descend upon and have sexual intercourse with a man or woman, depending on the sex of the succubi, while he's sleeping. And so, this does kind of seem quite ridiculous. Blitz, in the next scene, Blitz then tells the crew his plan, quote unquote, about how he wants to win. And Loona decides to ask if she can come with them on this one. Probably because she has the hots for Verosika's hell-hound vortex. We then get...
Sorry, sweetie. Spring break is no place for young, vulnerable goth girls. You know, the kind of freaks up there who drool all over you.
A reference to Rule 34 and how it's taken every character from the Has-Been Hotel universe and sexualizes them. Not that I would know anything about a site like that. No, never. Who are you talking to? It's over. Okay, back. Then they go topside and begin killing the targets. And truly, Loona's sex appeal does bring all the boys to the yard. The boneyard, that is. And women. We can't forget women. Oh, man. Bragging about the kills, Verosika immediately shows Blitz up by starting her concert, which gets the entire crowd into a horny frenzy. And I say that as that is about the closest term as I could get. We get lots of shots of suggestive material before we even get back to Blitz. And trust me, it's to the point of it's not as bad as Sausage Party, but it's still bad, if you catch my drift. Oh, man. But getting back to Blitz, if we haven't already mentioned, Blitz adopted Loona, and he's very overprotective of her. And when he sees Loona go and start flirting with Vortex, he goes full helicopter parent and forgets the entire mission. It's a good thing that Moxxie and Millie are there to literally make a wave of bodies appear. And, that was like, oof. But, we get some really deep and heavy conversation between Blitz and Loona about the adoption and how Blitz feels that even though Loona was at that age, about 17, it was right at the cusp of her not being able to be adopted. He feels that even though he adopted her, that it means something. She, on the other hand, I don't believe that she doesn't feel like it doesn't mean anything. I think it's more that she has more daddy issues than just with Blitz. And this is kind of an overlying thing with their relationship. After all that heaviness, we get back to the show and this giant sea monster appears, just rampaging everything. This was previously caused by Verosika throwing her flask of hell liquid, I'm going to assume some really hard liquor, into the water and a fish swallowing it. This leads to Millie killing said creature in the most gruesome fashion, and it is fun. That just slice. Ugh, just words. She then reveals Veroska's flask, stating that it doesn't belong to them, and that if somebody found out, aka King of Hell Satan, then they'd all be screwed. So this was the key to Blitz winning the bet and getting his parking spot back. Later, whenever Veronica is trying to storm off in a huff, she calls Vortex, and Vortex and Loona are saying their goodbyes. And during this time, Luna's heartbroken because Vortex tells Loona that he has a girlfriend and that he would call Loona up when it was time for them to party, because his girlfriend always throws these elaborate parties. And she's heartbroken, and I feel her. I truly do. It sucks when somebody's with somebody else and you're just like, But as she said before, she's much like her father, or as I will say, because she said this, she is much like her father in that she will get over it, because they always do. We then get a great ending line of Veronica after Blitz and them go back to hell. This is them having to answer to the cops for all of their exploits. And it's just the end of the episode. And it's just funny. Now, what are my final thoughts on this episode? I give it a good 7. I'm going to give it a 7. And why? Because, I do really like this episode. I do. It's a fun episode. But it's kind of like it has nothing to pertain to, like, driving the story forward, per se. But it just explains something. But, it's funny. It's not as funny as previous episodes, I'll say. But it's definitely still funny. And animation-wise, honestly, I can never say anything about Busy Pop's animation. I love them. Honestly, if I could get just somebody from that team to interview, that would be amazing. But the chances of that are slim to none because they are busy. Busy. But it's okay. It's going to really suck when I get to the part where I'm caught up with all of these shows. What am I going to do next? Leave a comment. Tell me what you guys want me to start doing next, because obviously this is my most popular show and they don't put out every week. So obviously I'm going to have to find something else to review. So let me know what you guys would like to see.
Well, that about does it for this episode. This is Crispy signing off. You can find me on Instagram at Final Thoughts Media, or go to my YouTube channel, Final Thoughts Media. Catch you guys on the next episode, and have a great day.